DIY or Die, Walker Vapor Group LLC, or any of its associates do not condone nor encourage the use of nicotine, vapor products, or any mood-altering substances without the explicit consent of a physician. The content viewable on this channel is strictly for entertainment purposes only and not meant to be seen as informational or educational. Must be 21 years or older to view these materials.
Silky beat. What is up, Mixers? Welcome back to another glorious episode of the MIXINVIXENS. My name is Emily, also known as Milton Icon, and let's say hello to our other Vixens. First up, we've got Jen the Juice Berry.
What's up, everybody?
Hello, hello.
Here.
And we've got the Mixtress Rin.
Hello.
Hi, Rin. And then, of course, we have, last but not least, the lovely Lumi. How you doing, Lumi?
I'm peachy. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How is everyone's weekend?
Fantastic, man. I mean, days run into days when you're working from home. So, I mean, at work, they were trying to give us a day off and it was on a Friday. And I was like, what does it matter with Friday, Tuesday, Thursday? It doesn't matter. Just one of those days. It's all the same right now.
I know my wife was saying something the other day. She's like, it's Friday. And her friend was like, yeah, and tomorrow's Friday too. And the day after is Friday too. Like,
yeah, exactly. That's how I feel too. I mean, it's just, actually for me, it's all Mondays until Saturday.
Yeah. It's weird times we're living in, folks. Weird times. How about you, Rin? What'd you do this weekend?
Not a whole lot, to be honest. Just kind of relaxed. Cleaned a little bit. Played Call of Duty. That's about it.
I've been getting into Call of Duty too. I've been playing that plunder mode on Warzone.
I tend to have less time to do shit now that I'm home all the time. What is up with that? Now I have all these wifely duties that I'm doing that I used to be able to, spare out and make the husband do some of it. And now he's like, well, you're home all day. I'm at work. I'm like, well, I'm still working. But I did go to Bull City yesterday. I got a neat cup.
Oh, that.
From the homebrew store.
Cool.
It says Wine School at bullcityhomebrew.com. He was supposed to give me some wine, and they drank it before I got there.
How dare they?
I got a cup instead.
Yeah. Here's a consolation prize.
Yeah.
Cup.
Fill it yourself.
Yeah. It's okay. I got plenty of wine.
What'd you do this weekend, Lumi?
Played Call of Duty with Rin. Sleep deprivation. It's awesome. Sleep deprivation. I don't even remember my own name right now, so that's about it. Yep.
You guys need to let me know next time you're together playing Call of Duty. I will totally play with you.
We stream it live on Twitch.
I don't got time to watch Twitch. I mean, I'll play with you, and it'll be okay to be on Twitch, but I'm not gonna watch somebody else play video games on Twitch.
You like Lumi's face? She's giving you that eyeball.
Yeah, she's not impressed with me at all right now.
I'm not impressed with my eyes being open. It's nothing to do with you. Trust me.
All right.
Fight. I have no fucks to give to fight right now. I just want my eyelids closed.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lumi. You tired, baby?
A wee bit.
Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. I'll take a nap. I'll get my naps in. Just don't misread resting bitch face over here, because I'm not trying to be a bitch. I'm
Thank
just
you for the heads up.
Just tired. Just tired. No bitchiness here, just tired.
I was on the Smoker Show with Wayne on Tuesday night.
Hey, how'd that go?
It went really good. It went really good. There were a lot of intricate questions about DIY there. I was really surprised for them to hit me up it was a very last minute thing. Like they hit me up on Sunday and they asked me if I could talk to Wayne, if he wanted to come on, and I did. And we came on there and they asked a lot of very good questions that most people that don't DIY would start DIYing would technically ask. So it was pretty good. It was pretty good. And of course they're concerned because New York has flavor ban, a full all out flavor ban. And there's I think Michigan still has an all out flavor ban, vaping ban, so they're just concerned about, like they said, just don't go back to smoking by any means necessary. If that means DIY, these are the people to go. They put our link to the MIXINVIXENS on his website. So
Sweet.
they put our link, they put the MIXINVIXENS up there. They put our sponsors links on there. And they told people to catch up with us, that we would help them on their way. Then Wayne's with Noteds. There's a lot of stuff up there that's really good.
Very cool. Very cool. Hey, so as you guys can see, the profile this week, I'm excited to get into it. Who picked this one?
Me.
It was Ren's lovely.
Ren, I love it.
Apple mix. Yeah, it was really fun to do. I don't normally do apple, like fruity type stuff. And I just coming off of like 3 weeks of apple on Noted, part of me was kind of done with apples, but then part of me was kind of excited to like take what I learned from doing all these flavor tests and putting it into a mix. So it was pretty fun.
I try to pick pictures that are very loose to interpretation, or a lot can be done with it. Because like with the apple, you can go bakery, you can go tobacco, you can go beverage, candy. There's a lot of ways to go with it.
Yeah, I went on the candy side with it. So that was a good picture to go candied on.
Yeah, I did too. I went a little candied, but then, and I've been loving my mix, vaping it all week. And today I'm like, all right, I need, let me get a second opinion. So I asked my wife, you want to try it? And she's like, it tastes like apple vodka. And now I can't get the boozy note out of my head. I cannot untaste the boozy note.
Well, we'll see what the ingredients are. You want to start so that we know what you put in it to make it boozy?
Yeah, sure. I'll start. I
threw you right under that bus, didn't I?
Yeah, right. That's fine. It's cool. I haven't gone first in a while. So it's pretty simple, as pretty much all my mixes are. I actually went with, for the apple, I did a combination of Capella Double Apple at 3% and Thai Apple at Wonder Flavors at 2%. Because they're both really full, juicy, sweet apples. I just wanted to use both just because. And you get this nice, juicy, red, sweet apple. I added sweetener. I used E-cig sweetener, which I'm pretty sure it's the same thing as like Flavor West sweetener. It's just 10% sucralose. And then my, I forget what you call that, my little like extra thing in there, wild card, if you will, is I did 2% FA Cocoon. If you guys haven't used FA Cocoon before, it's like a candy apple.
Really?
So yeah. It's not a caramel apple. There's no caramel note to be had. But it's like a candy apple. It's like that red, sticky, like candy coating. And man, besides the booze note that I can't untaste, that's what this tastes like. So it's kind of like going to the fair and drinking vodka and eating a candy apple.
I wonder if the cocoon is what brought you the boozy note.
It's got to be, because I trusted all the other apples, all, for Noted. And I didn't get any boozy note from them. So it's got to be the cocoon giving it to me.
Yeah, because cocoon, I haven't had it in a while, but it had a bakery note of some sort in it.
I don't get any bakery, but it's good. And I normally don't like boozy type things. And it's just a little bit. It's not like crazy, but like It's tasty. I've been vaping it all week, and normally I vape a flavor for a day, maybe 2 tops, and then I'm on to something else. But
maybe it's all the apple, because apple's kind of acidic.
It could be maybe that the peely type notes from the apples and like the acidity. It could be.
Could be the floral peel note, like you said. Yeah.
Whatever it is, I'm not mad at it. It's pretty freaking tasty. Like it.
I don't have that flavor.
Yeah, cocoon is something for some reason I got like one of my like early on. Probably because I didn't know what it was, and I'm like, oh, let's try this. What the hell is cocoon?
I mean, I have it too, and I haven't played with it much. So
It's
now that you say that,
tasty.
you just made me want to play with it a little bit.
Oh yeah, do it. It's pretty good. It's pretty tasty, and it does have a little bit of an apple note by itself, but that double apple and the Thai apple just rounded it out, and it's real full and real juicy and real sweet. So like, it's freaking apple on a stick, man. It's a candy apple with a shot of vodka.
You dipped in vodka.
Yeah, dipped it in vodka dipped candied
Just took
apple.
your candy apple and dipped it, and then took a bite out of it.
Yep. Yeah. Sure. And if that sounds good to you, mix it up.
Oh. Well, I'll tell you what, since we got that awkward silent moment, I'll go ahead and do mine next. Because mine contrasts yours, but mine is, and mine's a candy as well. So I guess we both went with candies. I called mine Eve's Temptation because it is very sweet, and it's almost addicting. It's an addicting flavor. So that's why I called it Eve's Temptation.
Yeah, I looked at this recipe earlier and I'm like, how the hell? All right, go on.
Go on. So it does taste like a candied apple, like a hard-shelled candied apple as well. So I use double apple from Capella at 2% and Fuji apple from Capella at 3%. Those are my two main apples. Mixed together, I have no idea what they would taste like by themselves mixed together, because I've never actually mixed the two together by themselves. But I added by the smell, and you guys know I mix by smell. It needed a little bit of a green note to it, those two apples together, because that's where I started, was with the two apples. And that's where the FA pear came in. Well, FA pear used in low percentages adds a sweet note, but it adds some body. TFA would have added even more body, but it would have taken it too natural, taken the apples too much of a natural note. Where I find that the FA pear at 0.75% gave it more of a depth, but didn't change the actual apples for some reason. It gave it a little bit of greenish on the inside of it, like a little crunch. I used cherries from Inawera and blackcurrant because those two combined together sometimes and mixed with apples can create a hard red sugar coating on an apple. And I swear it did it perfectly in this. It did it perfectly. I know that I also added Sour Wizard at 1%. And I know that's kind of high for Sour Wizard, but I needed to balance the pH in the recipe completely. Madagascar vanilla is only there to round out the rough edges. I will say that the first day or so, it was a little bit throaty. That calmed down quite a bit. And it's really, really delicious to me. And it's what I'm vaping right now. And I've been vaping it for like 2 days now.
Yeah, that's the thing about apples, is they can be a little bit harsh at first, I think, because of all the acidity in it.
I think the cherry and the black currant made it into a red apple, like a solid, really ripe red apple.
Yeah. Where the hell did you come up with this crazy mix, Jen? Because I'm looking at that, I'm like, she put cherry and black currant in a freaking apple. Like, who would have thought of that? Like, that's nuts.
It gave it the sweetness, the center sweetness of a really ripe apple.
That's awesome. Like, it's really good. And this looks amazing. And you know what? I love seeing F8 Sour Wizard and stuff anytime because I think that flavor is awesome and to give it a nice like tartness.
It gave it tartness, but it did not give it a sour note. So it did boost the tart notes because it was too red without Sour Wizard. And trust me, I started at Sour Wizard at 0.25, 0.5. I settled at 1% because anything higher than 1% can be throaty as well. And we're already playing with apples. So I didn't want to make it any throatier than it already was right off the shake.
Mm-hmm. And like I never would have thought to put a little bit of vanilla in with it. Like genius. Just genius mix. This looks really
The only other option would have been Oba Oba, and I just like the darkness of the Madagascar vanilla over Oba Oba. It just does it for me better than Oba Oba does.
Yeah. Cool. Well done.
I'll go next.
All right.
What if I wanted to go next?
When
You
do
go.
you never not want to go last, Libby?
She just wants to be difficult.
Yep.
So I wanted to do a apple licorice, like a red licorice, but with apple.
Okay.
And it took some struggle, and I actually decided to ditch it and go a different route, and then that didn't work. So I'm like, let's go back to that.
I've done that so many times.
Yeah, and I was actually talking to Lumi about it. I think it was yesterday or the day before, and she gave me a good suggestion of a flavor I forgot I had and hadn't tried yet. So thanks for that. That definitely helped with this. So as like my apple base, I used Capella Fuji apple at 1%. Because I did red apple by Flavora at 0.5%, and it just wasn't giving me enough apple. But I didn't want to boost it too much because for some reason when I bumped it to like higher, it just wasn't really working for me. So the Fuji apple is a little bit tart, and the red apple, I think maybe that was what it was missing. It's not very tart, and I definitely wanted that because it is a candy, and I don't know, I wanted that in there. Then for like the licorice base, I originally tried TFA red licorice because I liked that flavor at least years ago, but either I don't like it anymore or my flavor is bad because it is quite old. So I decided to ditch that. I used Wonder Flavors Gushy Fruit Candy instead at 1%, and then added 27 Fish by Capella to it at 1%. Basically just like I said, is like the licorice kind of note to it. And then because the 27 Fish is supposed to be like a Swedish fish, and I think that has like blackcurrant in it, and I figured that would darken it up just like a tinge, to kind of tone down the apple. Because like with me, I don't like vaping apple because it's too much. It's too tart. Or it's either that or just complete apple juice, and I don't even like apple juice in real life. So adding that, it just made it a little bit dark, and then added the kind of gummy texture to it. And then to further calm down like the apple note, I added 0.5% of whipped cream by 1-on-1. You could use like TFA if you don't have it. Bull City just got the whipped cream in though, so if you order from there, you can get that flavor there now. I absolutely love that flavor. It's just good to smooth it out, and it does add a little bit of a vanilla note to it, which I figured would help with the licorice. I don't know why, but it worked.
And this looks good too, Rin. Flavora apples are just awesome, and like I like the red apple because it's like a deep, really red apple. And then you got that with a little bit of Fuji apple to brighten it up a bit. And then like 27 Fish and Gushy Fruit Candy, I bet is awesome together as well. As like for the licorice part. It looks so good.
Yeah, and like red apple is something I thought I've had like 10 different times, but every time I go to look, I only have apple. So I made a last minute Bull City order like Wednesday. And luckily they're awesome enough to get it to me because like I don't have any red apples. I have like 2 red apples. One I tried by Delosi, Red Delicious Apple. Either that flavor sucks or just my mix sucked. One of the
I
two.
didn't like it. I didn't like that one myself, so it might be the flavor.
Yeah, so I had to ditch that one. And then I had it was Vape Train. I have like a red apple from them.
Oh
but
yeah, Vape Trains isn't very good.
Well, then it's good that I got the Flavora one because I have a lot of apple flavors, but they're like more of like an apple juice, which is not a straight up like red apple.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I steered clear from FA Fuji apple. I wasn't trying to get the apple juice note. So that's really good. You went with double apple like I did for the tart note, and then you used
Fuji apple. I went.
You went with Fuji apple. That's right. I've got that one in mine as well. And then you went Flavora red apple. I haven't tasted red apple from Flavora, so I guess I need to single flavor test that.
Yeah, it's nice. It's really fruity.
Yeah, it looks fire. Looks good. Yeah, the Vape Train, the Fuji red apple, I think is what you saying that you had. It's similar to like Capella Fuji, but it's got like more skin to it. So Capella Fuji was a good move there. Nice.
That was a good choice. I think so too.
Yeah.
I'd like to taste it. We've all so far done candies this week. You did a candy. She did a candy.
I definitely did not do a candy.
Oh.
Not do a candy. What did you do?
I am a pastry dessert vapor, and I didn't really want to do anything with a pie because I didn't want to skew the lines for next week. I thought it might be too similar if I went with an apple pie or apple donut or anything like that. So I went completely different and decided to do an apple peanut butter cookie.
Whoa, apple peanut cookie.
And I'm actually in love with it. It's super simple. I just used 3 flavors. I used cookie butter, super concentrate by Wonder Flavors at 0.67, country apple, Perillum, whatever, at 1.23, and peanut butter cookie Perillum at 3.96. The cookie note is there, and the country apple adds like a spice note to it. For me, the country apple comes a little bit more forward. But where I vape this at, it literally tastes like a fresh, super fluffy cookie with apple, like baked apple chunks in it, like the dried apples that you get from like oatmeal and stuff like that. It's like somebody took those, made them wet, and then
Which is a much better word than moisten them, right?
Then baked it. I'm in love. I'm in love. Like, it's not too potent on the apple side, which I was kind of afraid of, but I liked the baked apple from Country Apple, so.
Yeah, that's a good flavor for
That's
sure.
a great baked apple flavor. This looks, Purellum peanut butter cookie. I want to see if I've tested that. Tasted. Listen to my accent. Tested. Yeah, peanut butter cookie. Okay.
I don't have a lot of Purellum flavors, so most of the flavors I have from Purellum are watermelons or melon types.
Fresh and I went on a spree because they were doing a huge sale on them and bought a bunch of them. And so I'm glad that I went shopping with Fresh because some of these flavors are just awesome. Like the Perillum peanut butter cookie, for example, country apple, and then I have I kind of consider them the same, the Nick River. I don't know what they changed the name of their flavors to, but mine literally says Nick Riv on mine. But the Cream Dream is another phenomenal flavor to just stick around with. So I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, I bet that in that cookie butter, I bet just really, does a good job of sweetening and moistening
And buttering up. Like it's
Stirring up the mix.
Making it
Yeah.
nice and wet, right?
I was actually like really intrigued with the idea because lately I've been snacking on apples and just grabbing like a tablespoon of butter and smothering it on it and then taking my bite and then putting more peanut butter on it, taking my bite.
Oh, you mean peanut butter? I thought you said
Yeah, you
butter.
forgot the peanut part. I'm like, what? You're eating apples and butter?
No, I'm really impressed with how it came out. It was pretty much a shake and vape. Like I did it. I did wait like an hour or two because I was warming it up in my legs or my boobs. Either way, I was warming it up just a little bit. But an hour later, when I vaped it, it tastes just like it tastes right now, and I'm in love.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, this looks good. It's simple, delicious.
I think we got I think we got 4 banger apples this week. None of us are terribly disappointed with any of our mixes. We're all vaping them, so
That was
it's
a
pretty
good
good. I think it's just we've done apples so many different ways that I think we all just went the candy route, and Lumi went a peanut butter apple route. You know, we went a little different than what we normally are making with apple because the picture was more abstract.
Yeah, because we've done so many apple pies. You know, like there's always so many times, so many different ways I can remake a freaking apple pie.
Or an apple crumble or an apple.
Yeah.
I got really confused because I'm not really much of a candy vapor or like a juicy beverage vapor. Like I just stick with pastries. So I was like, what can I do with pastries? It's not going to be like an apple pie.
Yeah. And that was a great idea with me. I never would have thought to put peanut butter cookie with apples. But you know what? Apples and peanut butter, like that's one of my favorite snacks. And you know,
So. Banana and peanut butter, apple and peanut butter, those are excellent fruit and peanut butter mixes.
Mm-hmm. Heck yeah, man. Good job.
Did we have anybody play along this week? I know I saw one in the Discord also.
I completely dropped the ball. I didn't even look.
Shame on you.
Definitely
I didn't
had
scan
a
the
couple.
link. I didn't see who played along.
So it looks like Brian and our boy Sam.
And Greg. Awesome. All right, I see it now. I'll pull them up. I guess since I didn't get the links to James, I'll just screen share them.
It looks like James has them, I think.
Oh, look at that. James
He's
is
shaking his head yes.
On top of it.
That's why he's the man.
All right, so the first one is from Brian McNadis. I'm sorry, I'm butchering your name. Brian. On ELR, his name is Mad Daddy Hoffman. And he did a Forbidden Fuji. Or was it a peach? So he's got 5% Capella Double Apple, 1% TFA Dragon Fruit, 1.5% FA Fuji Apple, 2% Jungle Flavors Honey Peach, 3% TFA Juicy Peach, 0.5% Rick's Sugar Daddy, and 0.1% Flavora Wild Melon. He said to explain the recipe name, he thought the picture looked like Eve picking the fruit of the forbidden tree of knowledge, commonly thought of as apple. Many believe this was actually a peach tree. That gave me a recipe idea. So there you go.
I just like the title. I don't know some of these flavors that are in here, but I just like the title. The title makes me smile, so I like it.
Yeah. He says the real secret is the Flavora Wild Melon in the smallest amounts, just to bring it all together. Yeah, because that's a wild card. I wouldn't have thought of apple or peach to have wild melon in it. So.
Yeah, but I can see the wateriness from the wild melon, bringing those two, binding them. You know what I mean? Just it's not such a because they're both pretty strong flavors to separate. You know what I mean? So that
they're full and like fleshy, and then you've got the honey peach that's very syrupy. So like the wild melon, I can see that. Yeah, add a little juiciness to it. Very cool. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, moving on. I am choosers on all the flavors is good old Sam. I am 2RS. I am 2ZRS.
Toys R Us?
No, not toy. Well, no. Anyway, he did crapple. He did 4.5% for cinnamon crunch, 2% for cream, 2% for red apple, and 0.5% sweetener. He says, wow, that was simple. Cinnamon crunch cereal in a bowl of whole milk with fresh slices of red apple laid on top. This looks pretty tasty. That cinnamon crunch is a good flavor. And
Isn't it great when a mix comes together and it's just super simple? You surprise yourself. I can tell he surprised himself because he was like, "Wow, that was simple."
Yep. It's the greatest. Okay, moving on. We have, I guess this is Greg Hoffman on Facebook. His name on ELR is rum_pirate_613. And his is called Eden's Forbidden Dark Cider. He did 0.2% Flavora apple filling, 2.5% Flavor West caramel candy, 1% CFA clove, 4% FA Fuji apple, 0.1% nature flavors ginger organic, 3% LA lemonade, 0.07% Flavor rich cinnamon, 0.5% super sweet by Capella, and 0.5% Inawera 2 apples.
That is a lot of clove.
Is it? I don't think I've ever tried TFA clove.
It goes great with apple. I'm just really curious about this.
But how much? It's, yeah.
See how it actually works. It's one of those things where when I saw 1% clove, I'm like, oh, I got to make that because I got to know.
And then the lemonade in there. Like, that's really interesting.
He's probably trying to add the sour note, kind of like I use Soured Wizard.
Yeah.
Instead of using a sour, sweet, tart and sour or Sour Wizard or any of those things, he just probably used that tad bit of lemonade.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, it's not a tad bit. It's 3%.
No, it's 3%. Yeah, that's not tad. Have any of you guys tried the Nature's Flavors ginger?
I have it, but I haven't tried it.
You haven't tried it yet?
I'm not a big ginger vapor.
Mm.
I'm not either, but I mean, this is really interesting, especially since he called it a dark cider. So I wonder how close to cider it actually is. I'm gonna have to make this, so I can either rag on him or tell him good job.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Mad Daddy is Greg Hoffman. If I got the names mixed up. Thank you, Mad Daddy. Thanks, Greg. Now, so Rum Pirate is Brian.
With a name like Rum Pirate, no wonder there's 1% clove in here.
Very cool. Well, thank you guys for playing along. That's awesome. We love it when that happens.
That's it? That's all the people that played along? Nobody loves us? That's it? 3 people?
So, let me check Discord, but I don't think anyone played along in Discord either. Yeah, our Discord has been crickets.
We did have an entry on Discord.
Did we? No, we didn't.
No?
No.
I thought I saw one. Hold on, let me look.
That was from when we did the zingers.
Was it?
Yeah.
Friction is telling you're wrong with all of the facial expressions that he can.
Well, if Friction says I'm wrong, then I'm wrong because he knows all.
He does. He's on top of it.
That's why he's the producer.
He's the man.
And we're just the faces of the Vixens.
We're just the pretty faces. All right, well, next week's profile. What are we doing next week, guys? We're doing...
I don't know. Lumi kind of gave it away a few minutes ago.
I picked it. and they called it on Facebook. It was submitted by Karen Siebolt, and she said it was a cinnamon pear cronut. I kind of wish she hadn't told us what it was, but it still looks delicious.
It doesn't matter what people tell me it is. I'm doing what I want.
You
That's
can't
right.
tell Lumi nothing.
And I almost see like an orange marmalade and cream cheese.
Sure. Yeah, if we're going by picture and not text, you do what you want.
I feel like when people add text, it's like telling me not to do something. I just want to do it that much more. So when you tell me with a name, I'm just like,
Are you a Leo?
no, I'm a Pisces.
Oh, that's right. We've been over this.
I'm just an asshole.
I'm a Capricorn. That means I'm the nicest one here.
Lol.
No.
No, Gemini for sure. Well, at least one of me is the nicest. All right, guys, we're gonna call it early, I think.
Yeah, seems like it. We sped through it. Are we all like sad today?
Eddie says he sees a pizza sub.
Pizza
You
sub.
can mix that. We want
You
a
go
a
right
pizza
ahead,
sub.
Eddie.
Yeah,
And
pizza sub. As a matter of fact, if we make pizza, you got to come back and be one of the mixers on the show, and I'll be sure to make sure you have all the flavors for that, so that you
it's
can.
not gonna happen.
I swear, if we do pizza, I'm gonna magically just have the plague for a couple weeks, and I'm not.
Yeah, she's got that thing.
That thing.
Yeah.
No, not the thing. An actual plague. Like I'm gonna be.
It's taking her out. She's gonna be out of the game for weeks. Let's not do pizza.
I'm not doing pizza.
Yeah, I'll see. It was a quickie, but a goodie.
Yeah, we didn't have any awkward silences.
Action packed.
Quickies?
Content.
We got quickies.
It was a quickie. No awkward silence. We got through it fast because we didn't just jibber jabber and drag.
Don't mess around.
We did it.
Yeah.
So while we're not having awkward silence, let's not start now. And
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
What were you going to say? Go for it.
Oh, I was gonna say the thing about the one shots.
Yeah, the one shots are good. We're on E-cig. They're up. I talked to them. They're not discontinuing them. They will continue them. My one shot might change a little bit in the next couple of weeks, but the rest of them stay the same. And E-cig is awesome. They're up operationally well and sound because they're not a vape. They're not affiliated with vaping per se. They're a flavoring company. They don't sell nicotine anymore, so they're an essential business. And even in Washington, where they have a lot of restrictions, they're still able to ship out.
Yeah. So help us out. Pick up a one shot next time you're shopping at E-cig or Flavor Jungle. It's called now. I don't know why I can't get that to stick in my head.
We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll make sure we say Flavor Jungle 5 times and then turn into a Flavor Jungle.
And if you want to rep either Lumi or Rin or myself, and also donate to a cool cause, go to Vaping Swag. All the proceeds go to CASA, so you can you can be cool and wear one of our shirts or a backpack or a hoodie or a baseball shirt.
Just saying, there's other ways to rep me. There's braids and stands too. So.
Well, that too. Oh yeah.
Shirts aren't your thing. I got you.
Yeah, Lumi's got you. You want a cool stand or a freaking awesome skull? Hook her up or hit her up. I mean, she'll hook you up.
Hook her up.
She will hook you up if you hit her up.
That's it.
Jesus. All right, let's get out of here.
Let's make sure we thank Wayne and the rest of our sponsors.
Bull City, Flavora, and Scott over at All the Flavors. Thank you so much. Wayne, thank you so much for putting us on your podcast network. We love you very much. Everyone, all 40 of you who are watching right now.
And the ones that will watch on the replay, thank you. If it wasn't for you,
that will watch on the replay. Thank you so much. We do it for you. We love you. Everybody have a good week.
Stay safe out there.